Welcome everybody back. Welcome everybody back. Let's get this where we need it to be. Welcome everybody back to another episode of Tech Trapper Live. This is your host Aaron Reed, the Tech Trapper, of course. And again, I'm Sweetiless. She's here, but I'm Sweetiless today. I wanted to come on and talk to you guys about something that I'm extremely excited about, and it's going to be the AI paper, the Viwoods AI paper beta update, the version 3.15.6. I want to talk to you guys about that today because that's something we have been excited about, something we have been looking forward to seeing, and it's finally out. And it's a lot to unpack with this new version 3.15.6 beta. Oh, it's a sweetie. Good morning, sweetie. How you doing? So it's a lot to unpack with this new AI paper update, version 3.15.6. One of the major things that was brought to the platform is going to be multi-tablet sync. So that's one of the major things that was brought to the platform. One of the big things that we've been looking for with this platform. I think I even said, "Hey, how you doing today? How you doing today?" I think I even said a couple of weeks ago that if the AI paper could bring us multi-tablet sync. Good morning. How you doing? Dominique is here. She's in another room. She's watching the chat, so she's monitoring the chat from the other room. But I hope you're doing pretty good today. No, but I said a couple of weeks ago, if once they get multi-tablet sync down packed, I think that the AI paper platform is now really there. I don't want to say it's number one, but I do think it's at the top. I think you have to put this platform within the top 3 or 4 tablets in e-ink in that discussion right now. I don't know which one is number one. You know, you guys know I really don't like doing that, but I do think this pushes that tablet closer to the top or the platform. So we're gonna talk about it today. And the one thing I made a mistake. I didn't sign both of my tablets up for the beta. So my mini is on the beta, but my full size is not. But that works out pretty good because that's going to allow me to show you guys some different use cases or some differences in the two softwares. These last two software updates that we got from the AI paper platform have brought some good significant changes that I think are going to help a lot of people be more productive, be more organized, and just enjoy the user experience of the AI paper platform. So we're going to talk about it. Now, it was a lot, so we're not going to cover everything in this one live. I'm going to talk to you guys about a couple of things that I'm truly excited about outside of the multi-tablet sync. The other one is going to be the changes in organization and how you can use your information on tablet. Um, and a lot of that is going to be how you can interact with the paper app, with your memos, with your meeting app, other places on the tablet that I work out of. That at one time I had an issue with trying to organize information all in the same place. Well, now with this new update, I have more options to be able to manage my information, organize my data, and some of those notes actually are more important than they were. Like you guys know, I like the Memo app, and how I was using the Memo app. I was using it with some important information, but I was kind of limited on what I could do with the information after I recorded it. Well, now we have some options, so we're going to cover that as well. So let's switch cameras real quick. Let's switch cameras. All right, so here we have the AI paper and the AI paper mini. Now, the updates on the mini, it's not on the full size AI paper, but that's fine. And I'll show you guys some cool things about this new software, the beta that has released. I got some notes over here, but we'll also use this to kind of show you guys some of the new things. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to hop in our paper app and we're going to grab a file. Let's see, what are we going to grab? Let's grab something that I can show you guys um, what some of these changes look like. Yep. All right, so I just have a random folder here, random information here on the mini. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is the last update. The AI paper platform brought us the ability to add these marks and to add a outline, table of content, whatever you want to call it. And that's what looks like that over here. So of course, you guys remember we had our marks over here where we kind of use those like a header, where when you select those with your selection tool, it's going to bring up that mark, which will allow you to index that information out, right? Well, also we had the outline, and I did not build an outline on that one, but we can definitely go ahead and do that. So yes, we'll build an outline right quick. So now that we have that built in the previous version of the software, you could build that outline, you could edit that outline, and you could jump to it. That's all you could do. There wasn't any way for you to have a sub outline or um, show a second part of that table of content. Well, with the new update, as you guys can see over here, when we go to our outline, now we're going to have the ability to have our main outline or our main title for that table of content. And now we have the option also to have a sub outline. Now they're calling it I think they call it like the child or something. What's it called? Yeah. So you have the option to add child. And so when you do that, you can add to the outline. And so whatever I add to this portion of the outline is going to come up here and it's going to be like that sub outline. So that's what we have here. We have our main outline, and then you have the ability now to add that sub outline. So you have the main outline, and then you have the ability to add that sub outline. So I think that's pretty cool. That they have now given us the ability to do those things with the outline. Of course, you still have all of the functionality with your marks. So whenever you make your marks, you can still use those kind of like headers or something like that. But they definitely gave us the ability in our Papers app to have outlines and sub outlines, which is pretty cool. Now, something else that they did inside of the paper app that allows us to interact with our information a little differently or a little better, especially if you're someone who uses memos. So we're gonna hop out on both tablets to my memo section as well. Oh. So we're gonna hop out to the memo section, and we have a couple of things to discuss here. So as you guys know, I like using memos. The memos for me are a quick way for me to jot down some quick information, whatever I have going on. I like using the memo section. And so they've done some cool things within the memo section. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab a memo here and I'm going to show you guys the difference in how you can kind of interact with that information here. So let's look at this. Let's say this is a memo. Let's say I've been writing down some notes. I'm in a meeting. I wrote down some quick notes, some flight information, some travel plans, whatever that is. One of the new things with this platform now is that at first I only just had one page of memos. I couldn't advance to any pages. There was no page view. Of course, I could favorite something. I could make something a to do. I could share it, but with my share options, I was just limited to the QR code, the email, the transfer, Bluetooth, and of course internal storage to just save it somewhere in the internal storage. Well, with the new update, that's changed a little bit, and we have a couple of more options that I like, to be honest with you. So the first one here is going to be able to go to our menu, and when we go to our menu, we're going to get a couple of more options. One thing is going to be the multi-page view. The multi-page view is something new because you can actually add multiple pages to your memos now. So if I'm on page one and I need more than one page, I can simply advance to another page. And now I have a second page of notes for memos. Something else that's cool within your memo app is now your smart lasso tools work inside of your memo app. So you guys know I like to go get eggs for Sweetie. At one point, your memo note, if we look at the old software, you didn't have too many choices with your smart lasso. Matter of fact, I think it only erases over here. Let's see. Okay, nope. So you didn't have too many choices with your smart lasso. You had AI, you had cut, you could copy, and then of course you could delete. Those were your choices with the previous software. But now with this one, at the site of selection, we have a couple of more choices. So now you guys see, not only do we have our AI, but I can create an event. I can create a to do as well. Directly from my memo app. So if I want to make this an event, I can make it an event. If I want to make it a new task, I can make it a new task. And then I just hit confirm and it's going to roll over with all of my tasks from the previous day. And what's cool about this is just like if you're creating this in the paper app, you can always jump back to that information. Nope, that's edit. So you can always jump back to that memo note when you want to get ready for it. So again, it brings you back to that memo note. Also, you can create an event from any information that you have in your memos, like we just saw. So if I wanted to also make getting eggs an event, which it is now, when we go to HEB, it's always an event. So I can turn that into an event instead of just a to do. It'll take me to the calendar. Once I have all of my information in that I want, I'm going to hit confirm just like normal. And it's going to take us there and it's going to turn that into an event. And you have your information there for that event. And you can always go back and edit it, which is cool. And so that's another thing. Now, the third thing I'm going to show you guys, which is cool when you look at the memos. Like I said, I use the memo app a lot for a lot of notes at work. And then from there, I will sometimes use those notes for the project. So whatever that bigger project is that I'm using in the notes app, I'll use it for that. But in the last version of the software, I didn't have too many options with using that information. So it would just kind of be there for quick sticky note type situations. Well, now I have some options. So let's say we go here, I go to multi-page view. Let's say I want to take just this page of my notes, and I want to move them to my paper app because I want to add them to the notebook inside of paper that has more information in it. Well, I can do that now. So from here, I'm going to select my page. I'm going to go to share. Now, if I wanted to share all 2 of these pages or all 6 of these pages within the Memo app, I could have done that. But instead, we're just going to choose that one. Now, I can choose how I want to share it, if I want it to be a PNG file or a PDF. And of course, we have our normal options, but now we have 2 new options that we didn't have over here. That is going to be the paper app and the learning app. So you have the opportunity to share this PDF not only in your paper app to organize with the rest of the information that you would have, let's say for this subject or this project or whatever it is that you're working on, but you also can throw it in the learning app as well. So let's say if I was brainstorming some ideas for my book and I just wanted to throw this with the folder that I have the outline in, I could easily do that. I select paper. It's going to send this thing to the paper app. And I'll show you guys what that looks like. And what's cool is you can do this not only with the memo, but you also can do this with meetings, and you can send them both to the paper app or the learning app. So we're just going to hop in our paper app. And this is that memo that we had in the memo app. We sent it over to the paper app. It's going to land in the paper app like a PDF. And then from there, I can annotate. I can take more notes if I want to. I can add a page if I want to. It's different. You can't add a page with the swipe. You have to go now to your more icon. And from there, you can add a page. No, I'm lying. Oh, I have to add it to the notebook. That's right. So from there, what you can do is what I did last night was once I had this information over, I added it to a notebook as a custom template. And I have an example of that here. So let's say this is my information and whatever I brought over, I want to add that as a custom template. From there, I'm going to go to customization. Once I'm in customization, I'm going to go to, that's not what I want to do. It's the one I brought over. This is the one I brought over last night. So I think I exported it as a JPEG opposed to the PDF, and that allowed me to have the access to it inside the PDF customization file. So you can do that as well if you export it as a JPEG instead of a PDF. But having it exported as a PDF, what it allows you to do is also I can now save this with the rest of my information. So I can select that, and then from there I can go to move. And from there I can select where I want it to go. So I want it to go here, and I want it to save there. It's a weird angle. I can't see right now. Okay, cool. And now it's going to save that information in that same folder. So now I have this PDF that I brought over from my Memo app. I have it saved with the rest of the information that I have here. That is just something I couldn't do with the old software from the latest update before the beta, which the crazy thing is, this was a great software update that the AI paper platform gave us a month or so ago. But like with this information here, there's just nothing I couldn't do any of that. I couldn't make any of those moves from the Memo app with the information to the paper app or to the learning app. You just couldn't do it. You could write your notes. You could use AI, which is great. But outside of that, I couldn't do anything else outside of share this to my internal storage. I could share it off. I could share it off via QR code, which is what I would do. I would use the QR code and I would share that off for my iOS to dos. You could also email it, but you couldn't do the internal storage. And that's pretty cool that you have the opportunity here with the new software, not only from the Memo app, but you can also do this from the Meetings app, guys. So let's say if you're someone who uses the Meetings app, and one of the big things with using the Meeting app was, what can I do with my information once I'm done with my meeting? What can I do with the meeting notes? And you kind of were stuck with just the regular organization that you had within the Meeting Notes app. Well, now you have some more options now. You have some more options within the Meeting Notes app for you to share the information. And so we're going to look at how that works as well. And so right now, I'm just adding a couple of pages to the document inside of the meetings notes. And, you have the same, normal writing tools that you would normally have within your meeting notes app for note taking if you're on the go, if you're in the meeting, things like that. Of course, you have the ability to associate the meeting note with whatever date that you want to associate it with. You still have the opportunity to go ahead and just start recording that information in that meeting. So if you wanted to record the meeting while you're taking notes, you can do that as well. And of course, just like the Memo app, just like the paper app, if you want to add anything like an event, if you want to add it to do, you can still do that as well with your smart lasso, of course. So you can make it a to do, you can create an event, you can copy and paste, you can do anything that you need to. And so now with this one, we're going to go to our page view. So let's just say if I only want the second page, if I only need to share that second page, I can do that. I can go to share. I can share it to learning. I can share it to paper. I can share it as a PNG, or I can share it as a PDF. So you have a couple of options where you can share that to. Now, when you change it to a PNG, you're not going to have the options of learning and paper. But when you share it as a PDF, you have those options of learning and paper. So we're going to share it to paper. It's going to go to paper. And then from there, you will have the ability to save. You have the ability to save this meeting wherever you need to save it. So you can select it. And now these are your notes. And you can take more notes if you need to. You still have a lot of the tools here in the Notes app on the side for you to do that. And let's see some options. We still can tag if we like. So you can also tag your page. You can still make marks. Now you can't make any outline organization if you're inside of a PDF and a paper app, but you do have the ability to make marks. Now it's not going to let me mark this because that's a part of the PDF. But this is what we wrote when we got to the app. And so that's why it will allow me to go ahead and I can make that a header. I deleted it, but because it's this weird angle. You can make that a header. You can delete it. You can make it an event. Um, you can cut. You can paste. So we made it a header. And when you go here, you have your organization, like your headers inside the Papers app. But this is going to be on a PDF. Those are going to be your share options. This is where you can associate the PDF with a date. So you have a lot of good options for using information on tablet with both the paper app, the learning app, your memo apps, and just being able to group and organize your work. Now, the last thing I'm going to show you guys, which is pretty cool. Let's see here. Let me find a folder. Now, this is pretty cool. This is something that I like that you can't do with the previous software. And I think every tablet should have a way to do this. We're going to go to multi-page view. We're going to long press and we're going to select 2 pages. So let's say if this was a 20-page notebook and I had a couple of pages that I wanted to move out and merge with another notebook, or if I wanted to create a new notebook from. Once I have them selected, I'm not going to go to the share option. I'm going to go to the move to option. Once I select move to, it's going to give me an option to move those notes to a different folder so I can move them out completely. And I can find a different folder or notebook with a different set of information if I wanted to. I could do that. So the first thing we're going to do is merge that with a new notebook. Okay. So I selected a new notebook. I have these 2 here. Now, if I wanted to, I can choose which page I wanted to move it before or after. And then once I do that, I can move them in there. So now I've moved these 2 pages into an entirely new notebook. The good thing is the 2 pages will move into the notebook. It will retain your marks. So if you have any organization with your marks or your headers, it will retain that. It will not retain the outline. So that's something it won't retain is the outline. Now, something else that I can do, if I wanted to, I can select those again. I can go to move out. This time, instead of merging them into a new notebook or another notebook, I'm just going to create a new notebook. So from there, I've created a new notebook. And now I have a new notebook that I've created from these previous pages that I had from that first notebook. So that's pretty cool as well that you can do that. So that's also another great tool that you can have for organization on the platform. And we haven't even gotten into the changes that they've made inside of the calendar app. We haven't gotten to the changes that they've made when it comes to multi-tablet sync. So there's a lot of new things that are going on with the AI paper platform that I am very excited about. A lot of cool stuff going on with the AI paper platform. I'm very excited about. Next couple of days, I'm going to make some full videos to show you guys how I'm using these new updates, how you can use them, what workflows you can work if you have different workflows that you want to use. This is going to be good for people who are. What's going on, Dr. Lean? How you doing? This is going to be good for people who are a part of the AI paper ecosystem already. And let's say you do have a multi-tablet system, you have both the mini and the full size. So if you have both the mini and the full size like I do, and you use both of them, This new update is going to give you multi-tablet sync, which is something we've been waiting for a while, which gives you the opportunity to, use both your tablets here in tandem. Um, if you're someone who only is a one tablet user and you have either the mini or the full size AI paper tablet, this update is beneficial for you as well because it's given us a lot of functionality now. It's given us some better organization. It's given us ways to use our information that we're building on tablet in different ways. You have options to share information between your meetings app and your paper app now. You have options to share those memo notes that you've made. You can share them now to the paper app to be able to work on projects or add that to your organization. You can even move your memo notes that you've built inside of your calendar app. So when you write a memo in the calendar app, you also can move that to your paper app. What Dr. Lean got going on? What he said? Why will to Supernote? We will to Supernote. Dr. Ling, I said with the last update that that if once the AI paper platform comes with the multi-tablet sync, that in my opinion, for me and how I use e-ink will put Viwoods on top of Supernote because it does. So to me, I think the AI paper platform and Supernote, they kind of do the same things in a certain sense. I know they don't exactly do the exact same things. People are going to lean to Supernote for that writing feel a little bit better than the AI paper platform, although I like the way I like the writing feel of the AI paper platform more than Supernote. Supernote's cool, so don't get me wrong. Where's it? Supernote's cool. So don't get me wrong. I don't want people to think that I'm not saying that the Manta isn't a good tablet. It's a good tablet. It's a cool tablet. They're both in the same size, so they're both the same screen size. Carter 1300. You're gonna get a wider or brighter screen experience with the AI paper platform. I like that better than the Manta. Also, when I write on the Manta, my hand kind of sticks to the fill right too from time to time. I don't get that feeling with the AI paper platform. And then the third thing is, I dropped my mic, guys. It's okay though. The third thing is when it comes to the AI paper platform, I like the build. I get it. It's not modular. But for me, the AI paper platform is just it's a it's more premium. I don't want to say it's a better build quality, but I like the feel of it in my hand. I like using it. When it comes to actual organization on tablet, you have just as much organization on the AI paper that you have with the Supernote. With some things natively on the AI paper, you just don't get with Supernote. One of them is going to be the fact that I have image insertion natively on the AI paper platform. The other thing is I have a better calendar app. Although the Supernote calendar is pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, Dr. That's what I'm saying. I think they do the same things. They have the same function. Things that Supernote does that the AI paper platform doesn't do is like Atelier. I don't have a drawing app on the AI paper platform. Um, I don't have the Wacom controller on the AI paper platform. For me, those are two things that I don't need. I don't need a drawing app, and I don't need needs to be a Wacom controller. What do we have? She says not being able to add a page to the PDF in paper is a big. Oh no, that's the thing though. I don't know. I think you can. I feel like I did it last night when I was at work and I was at a weird angle when I was working on this mini and I feel like I've added a page in the PDF. I could be wrong. but I think I can actually add a page. I just when I have the overhead camera on, it's a weird angle. I'm already blind as it is. So I'm gonna see because I think I can add a page to a PDF and I just did it wrong. Because it makes no sense if I can um insert images to a PDF in the paper wrap, but I can't add a page. I'm pretty sure I can add a page. It's just user error right now. Because yeah, I did it last night. Yeah, you can add a page. Oh yeah, see here it is right here. Hold on. What we got? So you think you're getting an AI paper mini now? What sold me is the okay. I don't know. I've never used the Bluetooth to listen to anything. I've never used Bluetooth to listen to anything. I gotta check that one out. Oh, so you did test it just now? Okay. Yeah. It so and it could be. The other thing is, I was testing the beta out last night when I was at work. I might have added that note from I might have added it as a PNG template. I gotta go look. I don't remember what I did. Or I might have, I don't know what I did. But yeah, if I can't add a page to a PDF in paper, that is um a limitation. But I should be able to. So I have layers, new layer. I don't want a new layer. What is that? That's associated with a date. I don't want to do that either. Yeah, I got to run through it again. But I do like the fact that I can at least organize those meeting notes now with a notebook. I wish I could move the meeting notes around like I can any other note in paper. But yeah, I think with these improvements to the software, I think the AI paper platform is on par with Supernote, and I like it because these platforms now give you different, unique experiences. Some experiences that some experiences you like better than others, but now you have a unique experience with these tablets. They're on par with each other, and if you want to work a certain way that is flows better with Supernote, you have that option. Now you also have the option if you want to use the AI paper, it flows great. Penstar, if you like using Penstar is great, where you have a workflow where you can use that and it's comparable with them all. But to answer Dr. Lean's question, I do think for my use case, I prefer the AI paper platform over Supernote. Does everything that Supernote does, slightly different. They both have their things that they have perfected that they're good for. But when it comes to like core functions of what I use e-ink for, a lot of note taking, meetings, organization, they both kind of do the same thing. I like the fact that the AI paper platform has that true home screen. I can I can interact with my to-dos better. I can interact with the calendar with a better experience on the AI paper platform than Supernote. The writing experience is a better experience on the AI paper than Supernote. And the export is also easier and better for me. Now, I know we have a new and improved partner app that's going to be coming with the AI paper platform soon as well. And plus, and now that they have multi-tablet sync, the AI Paper Mini is a better option as that second tablet for me within the ecosystem. The Nomad is good. Nomad is smaller. Nomad doesn't have a front light. And most importantly, both the Nomad and the Manta are slower than the AI paper platforms. So, and they're darker. So that's why I would put the AI paper platform slightly above. You had to install 2 apps from the Google Play Store yesterday to overcome apps that are no longer being supported on Android 13. They need to update the AI paper devices. Huh. See, I have these tablets to give me access to Android. I mean, to Google third party apps. I don't use them. I don't use I really don't use the Google Play Store outside of um like Microsoft Office or Microsoft 365 and the Copilot app. I'll use that. I use the Gmail app. And then outside of that, the only other thing that I have on my e-ink when it comes to third party apps is like Discord. I have Discord on there and I have Reddit. Everything else, I don't even use third party apps. Um, I did think it was cool that the Pinstar eNote Pro Black and White, they actually have the Aurora store loaded. They have the Aurora store loaded on tablet instead of that weird process. And that's the other thing that about I don't like about Supernote is that I have to go through a weird process if I want apps. I have to side load the Aurora store and then side load some other things as well. And I noticed that you don't have to side load the Aurora store when it comes to the Pinstar. The Pinstar has it already on there. So all you have to do is just go and download it. It already has the Aurora store. I thought that was pretty cool. So I don't have to sideload anything. I can just go grab it. And other PCs, it already has some other things that are available for you to download, which is cool. So we'll show this right quick before we get off. So this is the new Pinstar eNote Pro C. Oh, my bad. Sorry, guys. It's one of my cameras. So this is the new Pinstar eNote Pro C, and as you'll see, it has the Aurora store. All I have to do is hit install if I want to install the Aurora store, where on the Supernote, you have to, like, that was it, guys. Now I have the Aurora store available for use on the tablet, where Supernote, you have to do this weird side loading thing that I've seen people curse and they hate to do so much. Um, so yeah. Well, thank you guys for checking me out. I really just want to hop on right quick before I get my day started to talk about the AI paper platform and the new beta software that they put out. So I have a couple of videos that we're gonna have come out within the next few days, and it's gonna go step by step of the new it's gonna go step by step of the new software, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, some things I wish they would improve, because there are some things I wish they would improve on moving forward to even make this software roll out really good. But there are a lot of good things in the software rollout with the new beta that they've introduced, and we're going to talk about it. So thank you guys for hopping on live with me quickly for a couple of minutes this morning. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And we'll have some more coverage of both the AI paper platform and, of course, the new Pinstar eNote Pro Black and White within the next couple of days. Oh, we got one more question. What we got? What we got? Dr. Lee, okay. Oh, you thought, yeah, see, I don't use, you know what? The only tablet I even use Bluetooth for is a Kindle, and it's for my Audible. So I still use the Gen 1 Kindle Scribe, and I use my headphones to listen to Audible, and that's what I use that for. That's the only one. But thank you guys for checking me out, and we will talk to you guys later on.